Now this is a party, and this is Go Island. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and we are thrilled to be here at the Old House grounds. Yes, over there across the parking lot is the Old House Hotel and Spa, and of course then the Locals restaurant, which is fantastic. And then here is the Eagle Ridge building, which is part of the Old House. And here in the lobby is a party, and it's a party for Lorraine Aitken, who is the Executive Director until tomorrow of the Child Development Association here in the Comox Valley. Now, our community TV channel here in the Valley, we've had a relationship with the Child Development Association for 40 years. That's right, this year they are celebrating their 40th year. It's going to be the 39th telethon in November. We can't wait, it's going to be so exciting. And today we're saying goodbye to Lorraine Aitken, who is retiring. She has been at the helm for 6 years, and before that, a long time member of the staff in different areas. We're going to find out more about that from her in a bit. And now, coming up in today's show, oh, and by the way, this is a party, but as you can see, we're working. That's the only way we could come to the party, is to work it. So I better get to work. Coming up in today's show, we've got a big summer, and we've got something from Powell River, something very medieval, and a Did You Know and a Marjorie Greaves story from Campbell River. But we're going to start with Judy Murakami here in the Comox Valley. Actually, I did not know that. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and we're on location at Lorraine Aitken's retirement party from the Comox Valley Child Development Association. And joining me now is Chair of the Board, Pam Crow. Now, Pam, you've worked with Lorraine for 6 years.
I have.
And now you have to say goodbye. So, share with us what this last 6 years has been like with her leading charge.
Well, you know, she's been a great leader. She has had such big shoes to fill, but she filled them immediately with enthusiasm and genuine love for the job and for the children that we serve and their families here. We're so disappointed for the association that she's leaving. On the other hand, we're thrilled for her.
Yes.
And of course, we're thrilled for our new executive director that's come in. And we know that the work and the excellence of the Child Development Association is going to continue on.
And we're going to get to meet that new executive director on Tuesday, June 24th.
That's
when you
right.
have that big opening of the new, it's a special booth. Stay tuned for that. So, what do you think people's general thoughts are about the last 6 years? How has the organization moved forward in those years?
Well, we've certainly grown. We've grown in numbers, which, given that we have a static size, isn't always a good thing. But thanks to Lorraine's foresight and her expertise, really, in grant writing, we've been able to improve accessibility. We've been able to secure further funding for our autism program. We've been able to build a new sensory building, which we're going to talk about, I know, more later, because some of you might say, what's a sensory building? Well, stay tuned. So we certainly have been able to maintain and provide the same level of excellence on the existing programs, but also we've been able to move forward with the demands that we have for new programs for services for children as they grow older.
Okay.
And so yeah, we've just really been able to maintain that level of excellence that the Child Development Association is known for in the Valley.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know it's going to be a very bittersweet night for you.
Thank you.
And it's a big year for the CVCDA. Celebrating 40 years, and it'll be the 39th telethon
That's
in
right.
November, which Shaw is a big part of. So we're very excited. So enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
As hard as it's going to be. And thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Mary Ruth.
All right. And now we're going to head up to Campbell River, where Marjorie Greaves brings us this story. I'm Mary Ruth Ruth Harris, and you're watching Shaw TV on Channel 4. This is Go Island, and we're on location in the middle of the retirement party for Lorraine Aitken from the Child Development Association here in the Comox Valley, who we have been partners with for 40 years. That's right, this year is a big year for them. They're celebrating 40 years of childcare excellence here in the Valley. It's going to be fantastic. I understand they're going to be in all the parades this year, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, the telethon coming up in November. That is going to be a blast, as it always is. And now we're going to take a short break, but we will be right back. Well, it wouldn't be a party without food, so I'm actually going to start with some dessert. Oh, I love these peanut butter marshmallow ones. They're great. Pineapple, love it. Really, really like pineapple. Speaking of pineapple, that's very summerish. Strawberries, that's very summerish. Oh, and melon, how much more summer can you get? Well, I'll tell you how much more summer. You can have a big summer. Look at this. Welcome back. Go Island is on location today at the Eagle Ridge building that belongs to the Old House Hotel and Spa. And this is a very special occasion. It is the retirement of Lorraine Aitken from the Child Development Association here in the Comox Valley. And there's a lot of people who are very sad, and this is a very bittersweet night. But I know one person who isn't so sad. It would be Lorraine Aitken. Now, how many years? You've done 6 years at the Child Development Association as the executive director, and what was before that?
For the 10 years before that, I was working in the Supported Child Development Program, some of it as provincial advisor, but most of it right here in the Comox Valley, working front line with children and families with children with developmental delays and disabilities.
And then before that?
And for 12, 14, 16, 18, no, 10 years before that, no, 12 years. This is all getting muddled up. But 12 years before that, I worked in the community, very closely aligned with the Child Development Association, working with Comox Valley Family Services and working with the Ministry of Children and Family Development.
Okay.
So even though I've been at the Child Development Association for 16 years, it really feels more like 28.
Well, then it's a retirement well earned for sure. Now, what are you going to do first?
The first thing I'm going to do is go to my granddaughter's dance recital on Sunday afternoon, and then I'm heading out boating for a couple of weeks into Desolation Sound.
Oh,
so I'm very
lovely.
excited about that.
Lovely.
Yes.
It's apparently just absolutely breathtaking there.
It is, and it's big and open and blue, and as you can see, blue's my favorite color.
Now, what's your favorite memory from, let's say, the last 6 years?
Oh. Going through my office and emptying out drawers and cupboards and all the bits and places that you hide things and put things that you stack up after years and years and years. I think the combination of all of the cards and letters and photographs and memorabilia from children and families has been the most powerful memory for me. There's so many wonderful things that the Child Development Association does and that we're involved in, and so many wonderful community-based things, but it's that accumulation of knowing that every year we touch the lives of 700 to 800 children every year in this valley, and that we're making a difference in the lives of those families. And those little cards and letters and photographs tell the story.
Do you have anything you want to say to the community?
I would like to say thank you so much for your support. This is an amazing community to be a service provider and to work in this field. We have tremendous support from people who donate their time, their energy, their funds. And the collegial atmosphere of all of the organizations in this community work together for children and families is truly amazing. Everyone does their best with whatever they've got to make the most change they can in the lives of children and families, and it's a good thing.
All right, thank you so much. And now we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back. You're going to make me cry.
You're going to make me cry.
You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are on location at the Old House Hotel and Spa grounds, And behind me is the Eagle Ridge building, and the lobby is jumping. It's a party, a retirement party for Lorraine Aiken from the Child Development Association, who's been with us as the executive director for 6 years and for many years before that, as you heard her explain earlier. Now, we are Community Channel. We've had a relationship with the Child Development Association for 40 years. Yes, this year they are celebrating their 40th. It will be the 39th telethon that we've been involved in, and we are so excited for this November. It's going to be a blast. There's new things coming every year, and this year will be no exception. And now we are going to head over to Powell River, where we have a new freelancer, Alex, who's going to give us a look into some medieval ways over there across the water. Have a look. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and you've been watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We've been on location today at the Old House Hotel and Spa at the grounds. They're absolutely gorgeous, with the Locals Restaurant, and of course this is the second building of Old House. This is called the Eagle Ridge building, and the lobby is bursting at the seams with people that have come out to wish Lorraine Aiken all the best for her retirement. She's been the executive director of the Child Development Association for 6 years and was involved for many years before that. And with our community TV, we've been involved since the beginning, which is 40 years. That's right, this is going to be 40 years. The telethon's coming up in November, so keep your ears peeled for news about that. But coming up first, before that, we have all kinds of specials. This coming weekend is the Ronald McDonald special, and then next weekend is the Aboriginal Day special, both national, and then on the Monday we'll have a local one. It is going to be just wall-to-wall specials for weeks to come. And then, of course, we've got coming up the BC and the Comox Valley Shellfish Festival. That starts next week and goes on for 2 or 3 weeks. Then in July, we've got the Vancouver Island Music Fest. Then in August, we've got the Philbrook Festival. Oh, if you get a chance to go to the Lodge and Park, the Philbrook Lodge and Park, go look at the new stage. It is fabulous. It is so beautiful. And there's all kinds of new music happening there. So it's the season of festivals. It's going to be so much fun. Please check out the Powell River calendar because they have so much going on over there. I can't mention it all. I would be here for an hour, and Campbell River, much the same. So check out their calendar as well. And next week we get to go out fishing. That's going to be a lot of fun. Well, not fishing, but we're going to go out and tagging with some BC fisheries people. It's going to be really interesting, very educational. Now, like us on Facebook. Go ahead, go online and go to Facebook and like our page so that you can keep up with what we're doing. And follow us on Twitter, ShawTV_NVIPR. And please, if you missed any of our awesome stories, go to YouTube and go to our channel. We have a whole channel called Shaw TV North Island, all one word. You can't miss it. And there, you'll find all kinds of playlists. And one of them is called Go on Location. So you can look back at some of the locations we've been at over the last couple of years. So, it's time to go party. So we hope that you have a fabulous weekend, and if you are partying, be safe. Do not drive. Take a cab or a bus or walk, or turn your keys over to a designated driver who is just drinking non-alcoholic beverages. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday. MPS to Lorraine and her husband David, from all of us at Shaw, congratulations and enjoy your retirement.